from that spot from which he just shot about 17 feet on the long twos. And there's a long two by Karl Malone. But
great player that I've ever seen. You know, he, in my opinion, since Jordan, he's the best player in our league.
Steve Francis puts in a long two to tie the game. Malone quickly answers.
Very important. Karl Malone is going to get wide open shots this entire afternoon. Baskets, and they have to score in transition.
Can't just win it on defense totally. Of course, Van Gundy, the defensive guru, as Malone puts it in again. So Karl Malone right now has a total of 6 points. He has 6 of the 10, and we're tied at 10. Jackson falling down. That creates the steal opportunity for Payton, who feeds Malone, and the two guys each playing for a lot less than they could anyplace else, coming to win a ring. Hook up for that basket. Reese Taylor comes in for the Rockets, and Slava Medvedenko, who missed Friday's game. They kept him in streak.
I would not want to get arrested by Shaquille O'Neal.
Or arrested anyway, I guess.
Fisher is now in, and the big four are back together. So you've got O'Neal and Bryant. Yao Ming back in. Cato is out. Lakers try to retake the lead. They haven't had the lead since early in the first, and they do thanks to Malone, who had 9 in the first quarter and now has 13 in the game. Nakbar, as we said before, a role player, a guy they bring in for instant energy, and Kobe has just given the Lakers a little bit of energy.
And I'll get back to it in a second, guys.
Here's Nakbar on a break. And Nakbar gets fouled, and then it looks like Malone was ready to get into it with him. And here comes Van Gundy, and you know that scene when Jeff gets into the middle of an altercation.
It's pretty amazing to watch.
I think he has to see the humor in it by now, I would think.
Shaq is trying to draw it on Yao. Unfortunately for him, Yao did a better job defending it.
Malone backs into the front court. He's got Kobe behind him, but he's going to go all the way. And Nakbar knocks him down. And here comes Malone, is looking for Nakbar, and they call a technical foul on Malone.
To do, and Jeff Van Gundy, if he could, he would have given him a high five, because that's exactly what he wants. And you know now how important a game 4 is. Both teams are playing desperate basketball right now.
So Malone at the line with his wardrobe malfunction.
But everyone else has to make them.
Meanwhile, Yao, pretty good free throw shooter and good from 17 there. And O'Neal doesn't find the rim, but right underneath to clean it up when it happens. Mark Jackson, Cato with a rebound, but then he drops it into the hands of Shaquille O'Neal. Malone with the drive, and Malone scores, and Malone will go to the free throw line.
And more importantly, I think it's the 3rd foul on Yao Ming into this year. But he's a guy who can flat out shoot the ball and will shoot the ball.
Cato comes in along the front line for the Rockets. Malone makes the 3-point play in any of the games. Malone on the 2nd of 2 could do it here. Luke Walton also comes in for the waning seconds. 20 points for Karl Malone. 8 rebounds for Malone. A contract renewal. But he's tied to him right now.
Yeah, and I just got a feeling that he will not be traded.
Malone. 2 more. 24 points. .25 for Karl Malone. So the 7-6 guy comes in for Houston as O'Neal leaves. Jack at 7-1. Malone makes them both for 26. Here comes Kobe. Do we see Portland again? No. Overtime. Shaq with the board. Payton. Malone's going to drive. Got it.
Big off him because you have to keep a body on him.
It's 87-85. Malone is 6 out of 8. Tries to make it a 1-point game. And it's a 1-point game. 11 rebounds for him. Bryant now all the way. Bryant slings it up, gets the bounce.
The first time.
Kobe has 6 points in overtime. Francis nearly lost the ball and does because he has to save it at the end line.
He still has to make one of these free throws, and he's had a history.
Karl Malone, if he makes this one, has just become the oldest player to score 30 points in a playoff game.
Karl Malone, talk about the overtime period and just your ability to maintain energy throughout this game.
Well, that's what you work all the summer for, is games like this. You don't think about getting tired, but I think everybody did a great job down the stretch. Now Made here hit some big buckets for us to get us a little cushion there. We were able to do it, but these kind of games right here you dream about.
You didn't want to take off the jersey.